Good morning and welcome to Pottsville. This is a very exciting and very historic day for the community, for the county, and for Alvernia University. My name is Daryl Mace, and I am the Vice President for Mission, Diversity, and Inclusion at Alvernia University. And it's a pleasure to see you all and to see you all who are live streaming in, Facebook Living in. And I'd like to just bring us together, center us with our mission moment this morning. As we gather here today to celebrate the next step in Alvernia University's deep partnership with Schuylkill County and the city of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, we take a moment, a pause to acknowledge the great opportunity before us. As I read up on the history of Pottsville, I learned the legend of Nico Allen, who in a moment of rest discovered the anthracite coal pockets that fueled this city and this region. Reflecting on that story makes me think about how often we come across hidden gems when we take the time to appreciate the world around us. Pottsville is one of those gems, and there is so much energy behind revitalization efforts in this city and across the region. Alvernia University is honored to be part of this good work, and our Franciscan community is ever mindful of the hand of the Creator guiding us, sustaining us, and working in and through us as we embark on this and all of our endeavors. And it is in that Franciscan spirit that I call on us to contemplate this passage from the book of Ephesians. Now to him who is able to carry out his purpose and do superabundantly more than all that we dare to ask or think, infinitely beyond our greatest prayers, hopes, and dreams, according to his power that is at work within us. To him be glory forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Mace. Good morning. My name is Michael Fromm, and I am Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Alvernia University, and I am truly delighted to be with you this morning. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this great day for Alvernia University and the city of Pottsville. Typically, we'd have a large gathering of the Alvernia family, my fellow trustees, and other community members and guests with us to celebrate. But regrettably, the ongoing pandemic has made that impossible. I'd like to welcome those of you who are watching virtually, and I look forward to gathering with you later this year to commemorate the opening of this facility. As we shared back in July, the time has come for Alvernia University to establish a physical presence in downtown Pottsville as part of its College Towne strategy for mission expansion and economic development. Today, we will share updates on our progress and give you a first glimpse into what this facility will look like in the very near future. And just as importantly, we'll express our gratitude for those who helped us reach this point. As someone who grew up in Reading, I was able to witness the grand opening of the university's new downtown location at 401 Penn Street and see firsthand how Reading College Towne has become a hub of activity and a catalyst for other redevelopment initiatives. During its first few months of operation, I can attest to the transformational power of this strategy. We are so excited about the endless possibilities that College Towne will bring to this city and the greater Schuylkill County region. To share more details on our expansion into downtown Pottsville, it's my pleasure to introduce John Loyak, President of Alvernia University.
Thanks. I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan, so I had to ride up this morning from Reading, and Baby It's Cold Outside came out, and then I reached for my water. A little solid this morning, but thanks for braving the weather and joining us here today. Apparently there are supply chain issues. Aren't we in a giant? When we gathered here back in July, and it was a little warmer back in July as I remember, we talked about the third time being a charm as Pottsville College Towne began the third initiative of its kind that I've been involved in over the years. And with a little help from our friends, we've made great progress in bringing Pottsville College Towne to life. So today we gather to share how partnerships and collaborative efforts between Schuylkill County visionary community leaders, dedicated government officials, insightful industry leaders, combined with a spirit of togetherness to create this monumental progress over the past 7 months, and sparked what we hope will be everlasting change for Pottsville and our students. So we've been a little busy since July, so let me update you about the things that we've accomplished since we've been together last. We've been working with design build teams on this $6 million renovation project. Some of the designs are out for you to see, and when John gets up here, he'll take you through it in more detail. We've been working with our friends and partners to fund the project, including a $3 million redevelopment grant announced in December from the state of Pennsylvania, the second largest grant or gift of its kind in the university's history. An initial $250,000 commitment from the city, and we are working with federal and county government and foundations to find the rest of the resources for this $6 million project to make it a reality right here in this 30,000 square foot location at 500 Progress Avenue that we purchased back in January. What an aptly named street for a project like College Towne. And here are the outcomes you can expect from this investment. This project will bring both short and long-term jobs to downtown Pottsville. The Opaque Institute and our student-powered business incubator will create new businesses and grow existing small businesses in downtown Pottsville. Our investment will create the facility to house new academic programs, including certificate programs that will train and develop the local workforce, bachelor and graduate degrees, and expand our relationship with the McCluskey School of Nursing, supporting healthcare needs right here in Pottsville. And that is just a start. My job here today would not be complete without sharing my deepest thanks to some of our most important partners in the Pottsville College Towne initiative. I'd like to thank Senator Argall, Representative Kerwin, and Speaker Cutler and their teams for coming through when we needed it the most, when it looked like we were stuck and maybe we wouldn't be moving forward, and a Christmas miracle that we just talked about happened. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf for his support, U.S. Congressman Dan Muser and his team have worked hand in hand with us to make sure that this project is moving in the right direction. And newly elected Mayor David Clues and Chief of Staff Tom Palmer, Schuylkill County Commissioner Boots Hetherington, Savis and the dedicated team at the Pottsville Area Development Corporation that helped us really fight for the funds that we received to move this project forward, and to Barry Schlauch for all of his support in helping us develop the partnerships that we needed to begin to move this project forward. And of course, to all of our partners, our trustees, and the entire Alvernia community who have worked tirelessly over a 7-month period to bring College Towne to life in Pottsville. The spirit of partnership that brought us success in College Towne strategies in Reading and Wilkes-Barre has brought us to this moment in history, the beginning of Pottsville College Towne, a beginning that will bring new programs, new businesses, new jobs, transformational education right here on Progress Avenue in Pottsville. Now it's my pleasure to introduce John McCluskey, our Senior Vice President and Chief of Staff, who will give you a closer look at what we're doing.
Thank you, John. Well, thank you. You know, almost a year ago today, I stood here with a group of, actually up the hill here with a group of people. It was a snowy, cold day like today, and we started to talk about where would be the next place, the most ideal place to build a new or relocate our campus here in Pottsville. And so from that meeting, it brought us to this location today, the 30,000 square foot giant facility. What I'm going to show you here on some of the pictures and renderings is basically what we're looking to do with this facility. We will have between 8 to 10 classrooms that will range in size from between 24 to 36 students seating capacity. We will have large gathering space in here for up to 50 people so that not only the internal community, but the external community from Pottsville will be able to gather as well. We will then, in addition to that, have a science lab for biology and chemistry, and we will have a high-tech computer classroom. All of that will take place within the next 9 months. We have not selected a firm yet to build this project or to architect the project, but we are getting very close. People who are instrumental in this, though, are Dan Muser, U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. Congressman Dan Muser, who's going to come up here and talk a little bit more. Dan?
Well, John, just to play off of what you said, you're bringing in a summer wind on a very cold day. How's that? Hey, so I'm relatively new to Pottsville, just over the last several years, and promised to put our district office, our primary district office, right here in Pottsville, the center of the district, the heart of Pennsylvania's 9th. And really, over the last 3 years, Pottsville's become my home away from home. You know, primarily because of the people. Hearing about the times that Pottsville had better days, right? 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago. I think some of you remember walking through Pottsville in those days when things were bustling, and the coal industry primarily at that time was sustaining things. So there's a lot of pride that takes place here in Pottsville, just from those days, and just also from certainly the memories, but as well the value, the intrinsic value that is in this city. When you walk through here, I tend to call it a town, and I think we're going to be calling it a college town as opposed to city, but when you walk through here and talk with the businesses that have continued to develop and do so well, it's really just an amazing place. So now we have this opportunity. A man like John, and with so many others, of course, with vision, a plan, and the ability to execute a plan to transform what we've been working on, right? This giant building since I come into office. We've been talking about what can we do with this, right? It's going to be a hotel. It's going to be this. There were other ideas, and then one day, well, I've known John, by the way. He very much, his vision transformed Wilkes-Barre up in northeast Pennsylvania. You know where it is, not too far, an hour drive. And by creating a college town aspect to that city, and it brought a heartbeat in, it brought a vibe in, it made a huge difference, that vision and the enaction of such a plan. So one day I get a call, and of course I knew John was the new president of Alvernia, and from Mr. Barry Schlock. And frankly, anything positive kind of tends to start with Barry. Not anything positive, but a lot. And so we come in, and we're walking around the Reading building, which is now this incredible career development center in Reading, so meaningful. And they were pointing out, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Well, you know what? It exceeded all expectations. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. And they said, hey, by the way, we're looking into creating a similar type of dynamic college town oriented center in Pottsville, and so forth and so on. So they proceeded. And you know, there were many that need mentioning along the way. Again, back to John, and certainly Tom Minnick as well. Tom clearly is someone who understands operations and metrics and goal setting and getting things done. But again, John, I could go on at length about the difference that you're making in Alvernia and that you've already made in our great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But Michael Fromm, I mean, chair of the University Board of Trustees, congratulations, right, for your willingness to move forward with all of this. Senator Dave Argel, this wouldn't be happening without Dave Argel. But real simple. Dave, way to go. I know this is your home. Yeah. Mike Tobash, Representative Mike Tobash, had so much to do with this, cares greatly about our community. Joe Kerwin, Joe was at everybody's flank along the way here. Actually, Senator Jay Corman had, I think, a fair amount to do because he was smart enough to listen to Dave. So that worked out well. And I'll tell you, as soon as Dave Clues comes in as mayor, all kinds of great things start happening. So we're on our way. Also, Savas, and I know we tend to just say Savas, we like a Thetis, but yeah, Savas, your way you are, your temperament, your love of Pottsville has really, I don't know, opened up doors and made a big difference here. And your saying of, which I love as soon as I heard it, we are doing what we can to make Pottsville a cool place to live again. I think I made it longer and on t-shirts that look better. I think that's coming to fruition. And you can't mention anything that happens in Schuylkill. Certainly the commissioners, but Bob Carl, boy, you're in it all the time as well. Sometimes I refer to Bob as my partner in the work that we do in Congress because he provides a lot of information and has a lot of good ideas along with a lot of demands, and we're doing what we can to come through with some of those. Now for this project, we're very realistically hopeful. And hope is not a strategy, a businessman once told me, so we're realistically planning for a community project funding request. We should know within about 3 weeks of $2.58 actually million to support the Alvernia University Pottsville campus project for this fiscal year of 2022. So yeah, thanks, George. So along with our support, we'll be there with investment that will not only make a difference for Pottsville, but for so many of the young people and so many of the faculty and so much of the enthusiasm and careers and opportunity that this building will deliver for our great area. So I'm honored to be here, so thank you all very much.
I was doing the math while the congressman was speaking and just told the president that if Alvernia wants to build more than a $6 million facility here, we're okay with that, all right? And so we've got some ideas, but no doubt that we've all seen it. Education can transform individuals one at a time, day by day, as well as an entire community. This is the plaque that hung in my parents' house for decades that now hangs in my house in their memory. Dad received it from my mother after teaching for 35 years in the public schools, and it says, "To teach is to touch a life forever." Dad could have given it to Mom as well because she, after taking off, apparently women in the 1950s and 1960s with little kids weren't supposed to be in the public schools, some kind of an unwritten rule. But after she got done raising me and my younger brother, her first job coming back to the workforce was just a couple of blocks away from here, teaching business ed subjects at what used to be known, and some of the older Pottsville folks may know this, the old Ford School of Business. I've been told again and again, wherever I go, her students at Ford, her students at McCann, up in Monterey City, that her classes changed their lives for the better. Because of what we're doing today, here, our future grandchildren and great-grandchildren will similarly have their lives changed for the better. We've seen it again and again and again. Now, I wasn't here with Nico Allen, but I can tell you that there was a guy by the name of Thomas Orgel who moved about 4 blocks that way in 1848. He needed to get out of Cornwall because, like COVID, the Irish potato famine apparently jumped across the sea. And so the families in Cornwall were starving, the mines were closing, and so suddenly Pottsville looked like a pretty good place to come here and raise his own families. Because of that, I'm here today. Thomas Argyle would not recognize the Pottsville of today. Just think about the last couple of years. A rebuilt parking garage, several new restaurants and stores, 2 new microbreweries, all within, of course, the granddaddy of them all, the Yuengling iconic brewery from 1829. And now Alvernia College Towne is joining that list of major improvements. As has been indicated by our friends at Alvernia, by my friend Congressman Muser, this wouldn't have happened without a major team effort. The local entrepreneurs, the city, PADCO, the Business Association, the congressman, and quite honestly, this $3 million state grant, I couldn't have done it without Joe Kerwin, without the speaker, without Tim Twardzik, without Jerry Knowles. We worked at this every day to make it a reality. This now vacant building, you've heard, won't be vacant much longer. Lives will be transformed here, both from students as well as adult learners, healthcare, logistics, so many fields of study will have a chance here to learn and to grow. Their lives will be touched, and we will all be better because of this. Thanks to all who turned this into a reality.
Good morning, everybody. First off, I want to say it was so exciting to be a part of this as a freshman legislator. Just 1 year in office. I didn't think that I would be part of a project of this scale that will help improve our community. But when I found out over the Christmas break, I think it was December 26th or 7th, I was so excited. I'm proud to be here before you today to voice my support for this College Towne campus right here in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. I'd like to congratulate Alvernia University on this momentous achievement. As I know, working to make these projects like this happen, it's not an easy task at all. The $3 million financial investment made possible through our state redevelopment assistant capital program will not only greatly assist with developing the Pottsville area, but it's going to allow for a continued expansion of higher education access for our local and commuting students right here in Schuylkill County. Through the creation of this new facility, new life will be brought to our communities. We will also see a portion of land once claimed by blight transformed into a place where Alvernia University can offer additional opportunities for students with a growing interest in nursing as well as healthcare, as well as budding entrepreneurs. Since our Commonwealth is currently facing a healthcare worker shortage, this project will definitely play a large part in creating more class availability to potential and current students who will go on to work in the healthcare field. I'm pleased to be here with my Schuylkill County colleagues as well as the rest of the dignitaries here today, and I'm just really glad that I could assist in this process, and I look forward to the completion of Alvernia's stellar campus edition here in Pottsville. Thank you and congratulations again.
Good morning. I'm Dave Clues, and believe it or not, and some of you probably don't, I am the mayor of Pottsville now. It has been a very proud moment for me today to be here. 2 years ago, I was elected to Pottsville City Council, and the giant property became an important issue for Pottsville's future and progress. Many hours of debate, discussions, discovery have led to this very important project, a new neighbor for Pottsville, Alvernia College. Pottsville College Towne. I can't tell you how proud I am to say that right now, and thrilled to be the new mayor leading it forward. With the help of many people here today, this project becomes a reality and a very positive addition to Pottsville's future. I'd like to thank those of you who played a part, Congressman Dan Muser and his team, Senator Dave Argel, Representative Kerwin, the Schuylkill County Commissioners, Padco, Savis, a brand it seems, and a great partner to be working with. Pottsville Redevelopment Authority, all my team at City Hall, and of course, the team at Alvernia. 24 days ago, I was sworn in as mayor of Pottsville. I shared with my team at City Hall my expectations and belief. It's pretty simple. Pottsville. It's about pride. If you haven't seen the t-shirts, you will. It's about pride. Proud of our history, proud of our progress and future, proud of our neighborhoods, and I ask them all at the end of the day, be proud of the job you've done. That's pretty simple. Today I share that pride and thank all of you involved in the project. I look forward to all that Alvernia will contribute to the positive progress in Pottsville, and we are proud to welcome Alvernia to our neighborhood. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. It's good to be here, and I'll quote my predecessor, Frank Stoudemire, it's a great day in Schuylkill County. This is a great day for Alvernia. Congratulations on this funding coming through. It's another major step in your project. I know I was talking with my friend Dave Clues as a Development Corporation member. He's excited about the future of Pottsville, speaking to Savis and also on that group. You know, here's a guy, Savis, who opened up 2 restaurants during a COVID period, okay? Talk about having courage and vision and faith in Pottsville. How about a round of applause for that young man? Okay? I represent the first generation of my family. Myself and 3 brothers have an opportunity to go to college. And as Senator Argel said, it's a very powerful tool. It's a game changer. I had a chance to go to college because it was local and affordable and commutable. Had a short career at Procter & Gamble as an engineer at Charmin Paper. That allowed me to have the resources and the background to start my own farming operation 42 years ago this year. And like I say, so having this opportunity as a local campus is a big game changer. We're going to provide nursing we have 3 major healthcare units in this county. We speak with every week as commissioners. That's going to be a valuable tool to those folks. And I also want to give a pitch to Senator Argel. I've known him my whole adult life. He's been very big on downtowns and revitalization. Obviously, Tamaka was one of his first pet projects. We just received $600,000 in the county for demolition. I believe it totals over $3 million, Senator. It's hard to keep track of it, but it's a great job getting it back. Commissioners and I and Senator, all our folks sat this morning in a meeting. We're trying to do a whole block, one of our coal towns to revitalize. I mean, we're faced with all these old coal towns with row housing, and, you know, Dave's been a great proponent, not just the money for Alvernia, but bringing money back to our downtowns and getting places like this. Obviously, you know, Giant gave up on this property. They lost money for 8 years in a row, and to see this, you know, change of purposing is just heartwarming. So once again, I want to say congratulations to Alvernia. Thanks to the senator for all he does for the county. And on a personal note, I do have an Alvernia connection. It's a little bit of a stretch, but back in 1969, 70, and 71, I played basketball at North Schuylkill, and John McCluskey's dad was my coach, so I do have an Alvernia connection. Thank you.
So that concludes today's press conference event. Any meeting members that want any additional comments from any of our speakers can come see me, and I'll help you arrange those. Thank you all for attending, and have a nice day.